What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? How are we doing today? Happy Sunday. It's July 11th. Here it's just after 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. From the looks of it, I guess there's a big soccer game going on. I don't know. I'm not really much of a soccer fan or a sports fan or anything. The only sport I really care for is baseball, and I barely watch that. But I hope you guys all had a wonderful weekend. You're enjoying your Sunday, you're kicking back, relaxing, getting ready for the upcoming week. I think we're in store for a pretty wild and crazy week. Last week sure was insane. We've seen a lot of low float, nano float stocks just pop off and go crazy. We'll give it a couple moments here, let everybody come in and join up. The big boy of the day on Friday was SQBG. This was a really nice play. And Friday we streamed and we had this on watch from 1150 running all the way up to 1850. What a run. Just non-stop running and running and running. It's got a float of what, like 1.1 million? Super low float stocks. CARV exploding and taking off. What else did we have? We had BLIN, MRIN, LMFA, NEGG, COHN. Just so many names. So we're going to have a pretty big watch list going into next week. I don't mind having a big watch list of back burner plays. That's just all opportunity for us. Let me pull something up real quick. Go to my channel here real quick. I'm actually going to go over into the chat and I'll post a link for you guys. But if you guys haven't seen, lately I've been streaming a lot on Twitch, playing video games, just hanging out. I'm going to share a link with you guys to come over and sub to this channel. If you catch me on, come in, say hi. I want to start streaming and playing games and just hanging out, answer some of your guys' questions, hang out, talk about stocks, talk about life, and just have fun. I went out and I got a camera for it and everything, so I'm still in the process of trying to set it all up, but we're slowly getting there. All right, let me get the link here. Copy that, and I'll paste it here in the chat for you guys. There we go. Normally I stream baseball and MLB The Show, but what I recently just did, I'm gonna get back into the Wolfenstein games. So if you guys are not familiar with Wolfenstein, there's like 4 of these games, and I haven't played any of them. So I just downloaded all of them. Tonight, I'm going to jump on and I'm going to start playing it. Feel free to join up if you want, hang out, chat, we'll answer questions. The game we'll be playing is Old Blood. This one right here. That's the game we're going to be kicking it off. It's like 4 games, so it's going to take a while for us to get through them, but it should be fun. So if you guys are interested in joining the Twitch, join up. I'm always on there every night pretty much, just hanging out. So if you guys want to come in and hang out, talk, answer questions, I'll be there. Let's go back to the chat real quick. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Keep coming on in. Jack Daniel, isn't it like Doom? It's somewhat like Doom. Yeah, but it's more geared around World War II and Nazi Germany. Like, it's got the story of what if the Nazis won and took over? What would the world be like? And it's insane. It's pretty cool. I myself have always been fascinated with World War II and just the Nazis. I'm not a fan of them. I don't support them. It's just I've always been attracted to it. I don't know why. It's just the darkness of it and how screwed up they were. And the Wolfenstein games back in the day, I used to have so much fun playing those. What if Hitler survived, you know? So, like we said, Friday, we opened the stream up in the Discord for everybody. So here on Friday, we had the trading live stream wide open for everybody. And we also had the Friday chat open for everybody. I posted my watch list on Friday, and one of the stocks I was watching, SQBG, was on my watch list going into Friday before the market opened. And during the stream, we kept coming back to SQBG. We were watching this all right here as it was gearing up and perking up before it even made its huge move to the upside. That's what it's all about here. We're always trying to teach people, see it before it happens. See it before it happens. You want to be the smart money, anticipating these moves and selling to the dumb money that's chasing it all way up here. Because majority of the time, what do? You see these stocks run up like this. They trap everybody, and it just slowly fades off the rest of the day. And that's what SQBG did here on Friday. Look at that. It ran for like a half hour from 11:50 up to 18:50. And then after that, it just slowly trickled all the way, pretty much giving back 75% of its spike. We're here to capitalize on the volatility and the momentum. That's our jobs as traders. This whole move right here, in a half hour time from 10:30 to just after 11, runs up from 11:50 all the way up to 18:50 in 30 minutes. That's a $7 move in 30 minutes. $7. Pick up 1,000 shares from bottom to top. That's $7,000. I'm not trying to get 100% of this whole move. I'm not a greedy pig. I don't need to get from top to bottom 100% of this move. I'm happy if I even get $1 out of this whole move. With 1,000 shares, that's $1,000. That's really good. So our goal here is always try to get a slice of the pie out of the big whole move here. Repeat the process every single day. Rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. What else did we have pop off? last week. We had CARV. This went on a really epic run from $10 to $40. That's a $30 move to the upside. That's insane. What else did we have? BLIN. This thing ran from $5 to $14. MRIN from $11.50 running up to almost $30. We're still in a super hot market, guys. And it's July. We're in the middle of summer. And we're seeing stocks make moves like this. This market's still hot. There's still a lot of opportunity out here. A lot of opportunity. So let's pull up our Monday. And also, if you guys are in the Discord as well, I've pulled up and opened the Monday chat for everybody. So if you're not a member here, see if I go into the settings, server settings, I go to members, not members, roles. And when you come in here, you'll be under verified role. View server as role. You'll have access to all of these channels here. You see, you got the Traders Lounge. This is the main lounge where everybody can talk and hang out. You got the pre-market here. This is where I'll normally post the pre-market gap scanners every single morning. And we also got Dev. He's in here posting what the indexes are doing. So I've opened up the Monday chat for everybody. You guys can all see what we're talking about, what stocks we're calling out, so you guys can get an idea of how we work together here and what we're calling out. And if you're interested in being a part of this community, hit me up. Mr. Wolf, send me a little private message and we'll take care of you. We're also going to be starting up the day trading podcast here pretty soon. DNA Investments, my partner, just got his mic in. He's been setting it all up, getting his little studio set up. So keep an eye open for the first episode of the podcast to be dropping here pretty soon. Pretty excited about that. I think it's another opportunity for you guys to grow, learn, and see other traders' stories, their journey, and the way that they view the stock market. What are their beliefs? You'll notice everybody's stories will kind of be similar, but we all have different beliefs. We all view the markets differently, and we're all in different sections of our journey. All right, so let's go to Monday here. We'll go back, exit out of this. So we got the weekly watch list. These are all the stocks we'll have on watch going into next week. So, of course, we'll keep MRIN on the watch list, followed with BLIN. We can keep our eyes on CARV, was it? Yeah. CARV. Now let's see what else we can add to the weekly watch list. What a run up here on MRIN. We could still see another pop on this bad boy. We had this on watch Thursday, right here, when it made this big spike right here. Always keep eyes on stocks that have been big runners. Always. AGRI. Okay, this is a newer IPO. I'm not going to keep eyes on this. Sure, it can bounce probably back up to 7, but I think there's better opportunity out there. CARV. This thing's right near its highs. It's gearing up on the 10-minute. If it gets back up over 30, this thing could very easily run right back up to its high at 40. So let's keep CARV on the list. We had LMFA pop off. That gave back pretty much 90% of its gains. That's not worth it. We had NEGG pop off. This is what I'm talking about right here. You see, for days, this stock started to get activity going on it, getting a big spike right there. Then the next day, getting a big spike at the end of the day. On day 4, look what it did. And look at the volume increase every single day on this bad boy. Just more and more and more volume. Look at the extreme volume on this day. That's insane. So since this big run up, it pulled back. And look at, plain as day, it just levels out right here. At that 42 bucks, this was popping up to $60. That's $20 range, you guys. That's opportunity right there. Right here and right here, opportunity. So we can very well keep NEGG on watch going into next week. The stock has proven to us that it likes to run and rip. Insane epic move here. From the open at 9:30 at $28 for an hour and a half. From 9:30 to 10:30. So for an hour, 9:30 to 10:30, it ran from 28 nonstop all the way up to $72. That's over $40 this stock ran up in 1 hour. Wow. That's wild. $49, $58. There was super big range on these candles. Look at this. Right here. From bottom, 49 to the top, 58.30. That's a $10 1-minute candle there. From here, 58 to 69. $11 right there. Sheesh. Just picking up 100 shares or 200 shares, that's good return right there. Wow. So let's add NEGG. Most definitely. So the next day here, just a lot of back and forth. This was very choppy. Still opportunity on this though. Even right here. All you had to do was slap a trend line on that. And as soon as it broke over that trend line at 46, and right where that previous day's close was, it just explodes from 46 all the way up to 54. An $8 run right there. Still a choppy day here for it. Now if we fast forward to day 3, let's look at that. Right out of the open at 46, rips up to 56, runs up $10 within the first 10 minutes. Pulls back to that psychological $50 right here. It's a big psychological level, $50. So from runs up, pulls back, holds 50 as support, and pops to a new high up at 59. There's another $10 move. So 2 times this stock gave you a $10 move right there. 2 times. And again, if you would have just slapped a trend line on this bad boy, all right here, it obeyed that trend line, and it finally crossed over it right there. And from there, it went from, I'm seeing 46 a lot. 46 runs up to 49. That's a nice little $3 scalp potentially. Right there. Just waiting for a basic trendline crossover. And look at the volume. It was all stagnant as it was trending down. And when it perked up over that trend line, that's when you got that little pop in the volume right here. Can't see it because of the chat log right there. But there's definitely opportunity on NEGG. Yeah, I like this one. BSQR. This one's a runner too. It really, what I would do, just set an alert on BSQR at 550. Because it needs to break that 550 for volume to come back up into it. If it can break over 550, people will chase after it and come back into it. This stock loves giving back a lot of its gains. It can't hold spikes for nothing. And you got to think of everybody this stock has trapped. Everybody who bought in on this day right here, they're waking up and the stock's gapping down and it keeps pushing lower. They're all trapped. And that's where the stock did the most of its volume. So you got a lot of people trapped on BSQR up here at 750s, $7. So any type of pop on BSQR, you're just going to run into sellers. Look at that volume. That's insane volume on that day. And imagine you're buying it and holding it. You swing it overnight and you wake up and it's gapping down. You're not going to sell it for a loss. You're going to hold on to it and hope for it to come all the way back up. This happens all the time. On that day, it did how much in volume? 202 million in volume on this day right here. Just look at the average. And volume's drying up on it. You could see it clear as day. It may get a little pop, but just put an alert on it, like I said, and move along. It's not really worth it, I think. You're just going to run into a lot of bag holders. You got to have that mindset of being a vicious wolf in this game. Because majority of people lose money in this game. Majority of people consistently lose money. So you got to think in areas where they're trapped, where they're stuck. And if you're holding onto a bag, you're going to hold on to it for as long as you can. You're going to emotionally marry that stock. And without even realizing it, you just now become a long-term investor. Because people do not like cutting losers. They don't. We can keep eyes on SQBG. This stock has proven time and time and time again that it likes to spike super, super big. I mean, look at all the big spikes on this over and over and over and over again. A stock that likes to run like this, people are going to continue to keep watching it. Most definitely. Because it's a producer. That's how we make our money. If it's not broke, don't fix it, right? I like this SQBG. Offers a lot of good opportunity. And with these low float stocks, you got to be in and out. Get in, get out. Don't overstay your welcome. Don't stick around and try over trading these low float stocks. Because all they are just opportunity. That's all they are. It's just a quick opportunity. I also seen ABIO was hitting my scanners. I'll keep an eye on if this continues to pop up on my scanners next week. It really needs to get up and going over 4 for this thing, but ABIO is a runner in the past. Most definitely. If I go to my charts in the past, here's ABIO on a 15-minute. I mean, look it. It ran from $5 to $20. 550 runs up to 12. ABIO. So this is all ABIO. Traders remember stocks that ran in the past. Let's see. Oh, also ALF. Man, ALF has just been so phenomenal. So phenomenal. We've talked about this stock for days and days and days. What's this stock keep doing over and over and over and over and over again? It keeps bouncing off that $14. I mean, just look at this 1 minute. Time and time and time again, it just bounces off that 14. So here on the 10-minute, let's circle all the opportunities you could have had to scoop this up at 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times you could have bought at 14. And this stock is popping up $1, $2. So from 14 to 17, you could have bought at 14, sold at 17. Bought at 14, sold here. Bought at 14, sell the pop. 14, sell the pop. 14, sell the pop. 14, sell the pop. Over and 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 over again. A whole week. From June 30th right here to June 12th. So for about 2 weeks, this stock has been in a $2 range. That's opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we like to look for. Patterns. Imagine that. Picking up 1,000 shares. Riding it up $2. Rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. This stock did it 7 times. If you would have did it 7 times with 1,000 shares, that's a potential of 7,000 profit to 14,000 profit in 2 weeks. By just playing a little basic range like this back and forth. riding from the bottom at 14 up to the top 17. Even if you were selling at 16, just taking $1. Like I said, that's 7,000 profit. That's most people have to work a whole 2 months to make that type of money. I mean, 14,000. Some people have to work 4 months to make that type of money. And you could have done it by just playing this one stock, ALF for the past 2 weeks. So until this $14 breaks, it's still support on it. ALF has been a popular one here in the Trading Learning 101 Discord group the past all of June, pretty much. Because this stock went on an epic run. Look at that. From $3, it ran all the way up to $22, $23. Shorts just kept getting squeezed on it. That's what happened. ALF, it may very well continue to go up. That big level for it to break is 17. And then it'll run up to 20. And if it can break over 20, that's where it could potentially start ripping to new highs. So let's keep ALF on our weekly watch list as well. We also had, what was that, COHN? This one was a wild mover on Thursday. Look at this thing. Just non-stop getting halted back and forth. This thing would run up. I mean, let's break this down. Let's look at this. Look at that. So all of these little dashes that you guys are seeing right here. Let me get my circle. All these little dashes right here, these are all halts. Volatility halts. And what a volatility halt is if a stock moves a certain percent within 5 minutes, let's say, they'll do a volatility halt. They're in place to protect investors because of how fast and violent these price swings are. They're trying to control panic. So imagine if you're short something and it just rips up $5 or $10. You're going to freak out because the stock, you're holding 5,000 shares short and the stock just ripped up $5 on you. You're going to panic and freak out. So they do it to try to calm people down, and they can think like, okay, what am I going to do when this reopens? They try to control it and slow it down. So volatility halts, they're perfectly normal. A lot of new people come in, they say, wow, why is the stock keep halting? It's perfectly normal. It happens all the time. So with this stock here, I mean, just look at this. From 22.50, it runs up to 25.50, gets halted. Then they reopen it at 25. They slam it down to 23. And from 23, they rip it all the way up to 27. And then they halt it again. So look at that. From $23, it rips up to 27. Rips up $4 per share and they halt it. And then they halt it for 5 minutes. And when they reopen it at 27 and slam it down to 24.50. And then they halt it again for another 5 minutes. So this was just back and forth back and forth, running up $5, getting halted. Reopening, slamming down $5, getting halted. Reopening, running up $5, getting halted. Just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I mean, even look at this one right here. From $26 to $34, that's an $8 range on this one candle right here. And this is a 1 minute candle. So in 1 minute, a stock having range of $8, that's pretty insane. Hold on, you guys. Give me a second here. My fan on my desktop's just going bonkers. It's like no matter what I do, I close down all these platforms and I just run these charts in the Discord and stream, and it's just still. And this is a good desktop. This is like a $5,000 desktop. And it still can't. Struggles to keep up with all of this. So COHN, believe it or not, finds a bottom here at 27. And from 27, it gets a nice run to 50 bucks. A good $25 run to the upside. Pretty wild stock. I didn't trade this thing. I wouldn't recommend anybody trading it. I'd stay away from stocks like this. It's just way too hard to manage your risk and reward, and the downside risk just outweighs the reward. These are just pure gamble stocks. They are. But I'm still gonna keep this on the weekly watch list just to see how this thing plays out. Even though I'm not gonna trade it, I like to keep eyes on this stuff and watch it to still learn from it. I'd much rather learn and accept the price action of this thing. That way, when I do see this in the future, I'm not like freaked out and bug-eyed. Like, oh my goodness, this is insane. I'd much rather be like, yeah, I've seen this happen many times before. So I'm familiar with the price action being like this. All right, what else do we have here? DTST. This thing heated up right here. It heated it up all day here on July 6th, running from 6 all the way up to a high of 8. And then it did most of its running after hours right here. And then right when this thing opened up, it just sold off and then consolidated the rest of the day. Still opportunity on this stock. I believe I traded this stock here on July 7th. Let's zoom in on this. Normally when stocks are gapping up parabolic like that, you can't get caught up in the FOMO or get overly excited. You got to take a step back and say, yo, this stock just ran up from $8 nonstop to $13 with no really pullback. And it's ran up all nonstop after hours and pre-market. So more than likely when that market opens, People are going to want to take their profits. They successfully swung it overnight. People who all bought in on it pre-market, they're going to want to lock those profits in. So we have a very nice morning sell-off right here. Right when it opens. You could see it too, clear as day. It tried spiking in the morning, and it failed, and it caught people chasing after it right here and right here. It captured bag holders. Those degenerate gamblers who don't take a step back. They get caught up in the fear of missing out and the excitement of, man, this stock could really run. They get caught up in the excitement. Their adrenaline gets going. So they got caught up here. And the stock starts to fade. Now let's zoom out on this. So as this stock faded down from $13, it faded all the way down to $9. $4, it sold off from $9.30 all the way to $10.50. So about a half hour it took for it to sell off. And all you simply had to do was just slap a trend line on this thing, connecting all of the lower highs. Do not try catching falling knives. I preach it all the time. Do not fight the trend line. Do not anticipate the stock to break that trend line. You're only going to beat yourself up. Imagine you're trying to buy every single time. Oh, it's going to break the trend line here. Oh, it's going to break the trend line here. Oh, it's going to break the trend line here. Oh, it's going to break the trend line here. You would have just got chopped up and just stabbed like one of the Scream movies. Ghostface. He would have butchered you. Pay attention to the stock. When the stock will tell you when it's bottomed out and it's ready to go. It continuously made lower highs and lower lows all the way down. And look what it did, clear as day. It like quadruple bottomed right here. It bottomed right there. It confirmed it right there. And it confirmed it right there. And it confirmed it right there. 4 times. It made a support right here at $9.25. It broke over that trend line, so it broke the downtrend. It quickly consolidated, just back and forth right here, resting, because it just trended down nonstop. And from $9.25, you had a nice opportunity. It ran all the way up to $10.75. So a nice $1.50 it ran up right here. You see how easily I broke that down, and when you really just listen to the chart and read it, it makes so much sense versus trying to anticipate when a stock's going to break that trend line or that trend. Just kick back and wait. The stock will prove to you when it's ready. Am I right? That's where a lot of people fail. They get all caught up in their emotions and anticipating. They don't want to miss out on it. So they just stab and stab and stab and stab. Then they look at their P&L and they're down $8K on the day. And they're like, oh my goodness, what did I just do? And they're disgusted with themselves. And they say, I quit. I'm done. I tried everything I could. I signed up for Warrior Trading. I didn't listen or give any other guru a try. Ross, you failed me. The stock market's rigged. That's how a lot of people end up losing, and they just quit. They go with just one person, and then they think it's rigged and it's all a scam, and they quit. All these different gurus out here. Thanks for subscribing, Little Left. Welcome to the Wolf Pack. You gotta think, guys, all these different gurus out here, it doesn't matter which ones. Timothy Sykes, Warrior Trading, Investors Underground, My Investment Club, myself, Humble Trader, all of us, we all have different beliefs on the stock market. We all view the stock market differently. We all trade the stock market differently. All of us are different. Some of us are good at teaching. Some of us are not good at teaching. And with all of us being different, you gotta really understand yourself. And you gotta choose the right community that suits your personality, right? I swear, I give you guys so much valuable education every single stream that I do. I blow everybody out of the water. Every single stream, you guys learn something new. And you're like, wow, I never even thought of that before. Dang. It's crazy stuff the more you learn about this stuff. It really is. Even to this day, I'm 6 years in, I still learn every single day. It never stops. And we have a few laughs along the way. So with DTST bottoming down here, it's got clear resistance at $10. I'm going to put an alert at 10. And if this breaks up over 10, it'll alert me. But until then, I'm just going to move along. We can, I'm going to say take it off. I'm not going to put it on my weekly watch list. It's got to prove to me and get back up over that 10. All right. NVFY, that had a good run. Look at from $3, it ran all the way up to 7. We're in a hot market, guys. A hot market. BON ramps from $7 to $17. I'm just going to blow through these real quick and see if there's any that catch my eye. UTME from $8.50 to $13. Yeah, let's keep UTME on watch. UTME was a runner in the past as well. I don't think I have a chart of it though. UTME ran super, super big in the past. I'm just running through quickly here to see if I can pull it up. All of these are charts that I've taken personally throughout my career. And you guys should all be doing the same. I don't care if you're on a desktop, a laptop. Create a folder like I did. Look at all these different folders I have here. Candlestick patterns, chart patterns, charts, China stocks, epic charts, supernova parabolic, huge run-up halts, lessons, mid-candle breakout rubber band play, morning setups, my trading strategies, October charts, options, profits, pump and dumps, random picks. All of these are charts. All of these. And these are charts that I myself have taken, broke them down, took notes, understanding these charts, studying them. Because history will repeat itself, ladies and gentlemen. It will. And this is how we get better. This is how I'm so good at calling these stocks out before they happen. I've studied the past. I've seen it happen over and over and over and over and over again. Why do we think? Look at this. That's a clear as day wedge right there. Why do you think these wedges happen over and over and over again? Sure, it had a huge slam down there, but patterns happen over and over again because human nature never changes. It never does. I mean, just look at this. All of this stuff I'm breaking down, putting in that work, learning. This is what you got to do. This is how you take other people's money. You study these charts, and then they go and chase after stuff. You've studied it in the past. You understand the patterns. That's all we're looking for pretty much as traders, are patterns. Our brains are wired to look for patterns. Our brains are natural pattern seekers. All right, I got UTME up there. ALEC. We had this on watch. When you look at this 10-minute, I mean, look at that. You could see clear as day resistance right there at $40. So we had this on watch, waiting for it to potentially pop over that 40. And the next big area it's going to run up to is what? That psychological $50. So from $40, this thing could have ran up $10 per share. We've seen it happen many, many times before. I'm going to keep ALEC still on my watch list because you never know. It could squeeze. Because it just keeps falling down and making an epic comeback up to that 40. So I'm going to keep this on watch still. SPNE, garbage. KBSF, garbage. ASTR, garbage. We also had that IPO, Krispy Kreme donuts. This IPO open. This opened on July 1st. Nice open. They opened it up below its evaluation. There was still good opportunity on this. Look at this 1 minute. That's a beautiful 1 minute chart. This was its first day IPO right here. And from there, slap a trend line connecting all of the lower highs. You see clear as day it bottomed out at $17. And from 17, just like that ALF chart, this stock was in a range. Just back and forth from 17 to $18. Back and forth, back and forth. Just play the range. Back and forth on it. It broke up over that resistance here. It got a nice run up. Pretty much from here down to here. That's a nice 50-cent bounce. 50% bounce of this measured move right here. Let's keep Dina on watch. This is more of like a swing trading type stock. Let's look at Wish real quick as well. If you don't know about Wish, Wish is that online retailer where you can buy off-brand stuff for super, super cheap over where in China, I think it is. It's like the dollar store on the internet. Everybody knows about Wish. Everybody. I think that this is most definitely a stock worth keeping an eye on for swing trading or maybe even a long-term investment. Everybody knows about Wish. It's a very, very popular online retailer. At $11 per share, got good range on it. I think Wish is a good swing trading type stock. CUEN. I'm just blowing through all of these stocks that I have on my list quickly to see if they're still worth keeping an eye on or not, and then I'll get to your guys' stocks you guys are calling out. OSAT. See, OSAT was here on July 6th. When was that? That was last Tuesday. We had OSAT on watch. I knew this stock was gonna squeeze. I kept saying it Tuesday in the chat with these guys. Let me see what I said here. OSAT, what I always tell you guys, never underestimate stocks and listen when I speak. I know what I am seeing out here majority of the time. I kept preaching to these guys, keep eyes on OSAT. I could see it squeezing to a new high of day. Because you could just see the demand in the tape all day. You really could. The OSAT, nice pop. Massive volume going into OSAT. Let me move this over so you guys can see. OSAT needs to hold 9. OSAT, do not trust it. OSAT, just insane volume. If they let OSAT go, it's going to go bonkers. Insane volume. Huge wall at 10. Prob will not go yet. They are testing demand up here. Highest I see it going, 1250. They are going to play games below 850. It's done for. OSAT, man, something is going on. I know I have been talking about it all morning, but the way it's moving just has me drawn to it. Volume just keeps pouring in nonstop. Float has been rotated over 40 times. So OSAT on Tuesday, let's zoom in on this. So here it runs up to 975 and then they drop it all the way down to $8. And from that $8 here, this is where it should have crumbled. It should have crumbled right here, but they ramped it all the way back up to a new high of day. There's got to be a reasoning behind that. There has to be. They're not just gonna run it all the way back up to new high of day for nothing. You gotta think like that. And look at how much volume was flowing into this. Every 1 minute candle just about had just about near almost 1 million in volume. So every 1 minute, this stock was hitting 1 million in volume. So money's pouring into this. They slowly ramp it back down, consolidate it, and ramp it all the way back up to 1075. They topped it out up there. So good move right here. I think there was a lot of key takeaways from OSAT. Most definitely. The float on it's what, 850 million? It's a nano float stock. It could bounce back up to 850. Just looking at the chat real quick, see what they're saying. All right, we covered U1, FSTX, nothing. We covered all these, OPNT, nothing. Did I add? Yep, CARV. All right, so all of these stocks are done. Now I can delete all of these off my watch list. Got the ones that I wanted. Now, real quickly, I got to go over this last week's weekly watch list. ORPH just slowly fading out. AMC, it's still hanging around. I mean, this thing still could squeeze. Will it go to 100,000? It's never happened in the history of the stock market, but I mean, people like to hope, right? They like to believe. LEDS, this thing loves to snap and rip. It does, it needs to get back up over 15 though, so I'm going to write that one off. GameStop. At 190. That needs to get back up over 225. All right, we got DDD. DDD is a nice one to keep eyes on. I like it. I think it offers good range. I'm going to add DDD to my weekly watch list. And then don't forget about MOXC. This stock is insane. Look what this stock did on Thursday. Thursday, it goes from $22 and ramps all the way up to $29 just about. Runs $7 to the upside. I mean, how are you going to overlook stuff like this? Even Friday, right from the open, from 26, rips up to 30. Rips up $4 a share. Yeah, I'm going to keep eyes on MOXC. Now I can delete all of these stocks on last week's weekly watch list. And if you guys remember, I kept talking about IKNX. When we were talking about IKNX, it was down here just hanging out at $19, all right here. And I told you guys, if IKNX starts perking up and getting over that 20, this thing could very well pop and take off. From 19, this thing ripped all the way to $25, came all the way back down, held 20 as support, and popped up to 2350s. This thing, it's still gearing up and is in play. This thing could easily get volume into it. A press release could come out and attract volume. It's a nano float stock. It's in play. I can't preach it enough. Is it a buy? No, not yet. Just keep eyes on it. It's at its all-time highs too. Look at it. When I scroll out here on the daily, it's way up here. The last time it's been up here at 25 bucks was back in 2014. People love stocks at new highs. And it looks like it's gearing up here on the daily. So you never know what could happen. I'm going to keep IKNX on my list. I'm actually going to put an arrow at it. And just say keeping on my list. All right, let me go through and delete these real quick, and then I can add all the stocks. So right here, I got my weekly watch list. Now I can put all my stocks in. BLIN, MRIN, CARV, NEGG, SQBG, ALF, COHN, UTME, ALEC, DNUT, DNUT, DDD, MOXC, IKNX. So as of right now, this is my weekly watch list going into next week. And then we'll see whatever pops up Monday on the gap scanners. And if there's nothing we like, then we got a back burner watch list we can fall back on, right? I get that question a lot if I use hotkeys. I do not use hotkeys. No. It's just the whole point of it, it's stupid. It really is. Like, that's like warrior trading. Like warrior trading, he's a very, very fast momentum trader. Warrior trading, he only trades really the first 5-10 minutes of that open, or just below, or just before pre-market. And you got to ask yourself, okay, warrior trading, he only trades low float stocks. He trades majority of the time pre-market when there's no volume or volatility going on. There can be a lot of volatility. He's got 5,000 people watching him with a 15-20 second delay on his stream. He announces something that he's buying, then 5,000 people are chasing after it and buying. He's hotkeying out and just unloading on everybody who's chasing after it. With hotkeys and trading, it's for very short-term scalps. I'm not like that. I like to focus on bigger picture type plays where I'll get in on something and I'm focusing on the 10-minute time frame, getting the meat of the move, you know? I'm not a fast moment. It's bullcrap. It is. Because you're going up against institutions and banks that have way more capital than you. They have way faster internet. You're at such a disadvantage. You are. The best person that I know of that uses hotkeys and is really good is Matt As. I mean, that dude be putting up just stupid numbers. That guy was around trading before I was even trading. Take a look at SPRT. Looks like it's trying to gear up. SPRT. This stock really needs to get up and above that $5 for volume to get going into it. A press release would help as well. But this stock, it needs to get up and going over 5 and 550. Over 550, that's where it could start to pop off and go. You need a lot to get going for this stock. It's got light volume as it is. There's not really many people trading it. You could just see how spotty it is on the 1 minute. There's not really too many people paying attention to it. So you need that press release that will bring volume into it. You need volume. And it's got to prove to you that it can break up through $5 and $5.50. What I would do, I'd put an alert at 5 and $5.50 and just move along. If it triggers, you can come back to it and reevaluate it. But other than that, think there's over 2,500 stocks in the stock market. Don't get just caught up in one stock. There's plenty of other opportunity that's out there and that offer better risk versus reward opportunities. So always try to keep jumping around. All right. Do you think it will squeeze? I mean, it's got the setup. It just needs a couple things to get it going. Like I said, your press release, volume. Stocks ain't just gonna squeeze because a couple short sellers are gonna cover. It's like everything has to align perfectly. Like everything has to come together for it to just explode. Anything's possible though. Like I said, just put those alerts on it and carry on. UTME priced at 4 and in 2 days hit 107.33. I'd say it ran hard. You talking about in the day back when UTME ran? UTME ran like 3 years ago. I forget how much it was, but people will remember it. Definitely. BEEM. Your daily chart's bullish. If it drops below 30, it's done for. It's trying to gear up. It could run up to 50. If it breaks up over 50, that's where it can get up and going. I think you're getting caught up in scanning for stocks with the high shares float shorted and thinking that just because it's a high short float shorted or whatever, that these stocks are just going to squeeze like GameStop. I mean, it could happen, but it's a long shot. It really is. Just like trend line on it. It crossed over the trend line. It perked up out of it. Now it's pulling back and gearing up. But this thing, it could come all the way back down here. All the way back down here. You're going to have to see it cross up over this. And then it's going to run up to the resistance here. And if it breaks over that psychological $50, that's where it could run all the way back up to here. So it's got levels to get through. You got a level here to get through. You got a level here to get through. And then you got this level up here to get through. There's still a lot of opportunity to get through all of these levels, but take it a level at a time. Even if you measure this move from the top here all the way down to where this bottom is, well, right there, this bounce right here, that's like a 50% bounce already of the move. Huh. It's more of like a longer term swing trade, I think. Yeah, like I said, see if it can hold up above 30. High solar Pantier. MITQ was a bust. What? Bousted. Securities IPO that ran from 12 to 30.86. MITQ. New IPO. Wow. Yeah, this day right here. Look at that. Opens here at $12. Ramps all the way up to $27. This is a wild stock. Of how to apply it to practical trading. Where is a good place to start tracking? We got to ask, how new are you? How much knowledge do you have? I see a lot of, and you guys hear me repeat this all the time, new people come into this game, they just think they're going to start making money. They're not. You're going to have to put 2 years at least into studying and working and accepting that you're not going to get paid. You're working and studying to get those paydays in the future. And when people see that, they're like, oh man, I'm not about to study and work for 2 years and not make any money. I want to make money right now. Fuck that. I'm not putting in that time. I'm going to go back to my job and work for these guys the rest of my life. It's, you just got to put that time in. I can't preach it, and I know it's not the answer you want to hear, but just continue to show up and just get that screen time under your belt. It's the honest truth. There's no secret. There's no magic formula. I mean, if you want to speed up your learning curve, then join a community. Be a part of a community. You could either join my community that I have here, or there's other communities out there. Jump around and try all these different communities and see what they offer take away something from every community. I mean, you have so many different communities out there. You got, like we've said, Tim Sykes, Warrior Trading, Investors Underground, Clay Trader, Humbled Trader. I mean, there's all kinds of communities out here. All kinds. So you just have to just keep showing up, because you may think you know yourself and understand yourself. In the stock market, you're going to learn a lot about yourself. And that's where you'll start developing strategies and all of that based around your personality. Because everybody's different. CCXI and ISEE are ready to pop. Let's look at it. Honestly, dude, you won't see anyone like David understands volume price action. Well, I appreciate it, Dr. Crisper. I mean, I've studied. I just don't have all of these stock charts, like all of these epic charts, supernova. I mean, look at all of these that I have. Just so many of them, you know? There's so many of these charts that I've saved, studied. I mean, look at all of these. There's so many. And we're going all the way back 2019, 2018, 2017. All of these charts I've studied and broke down. I've been doing this for 6 years, showing up Monday through Friday, putting in at least 5 hours every single day. I'm not playing. Now I can play video games and put a few hours into that because I've mastered my craft in this. The only thing I really need to keep up with now is my psychology and my emotional intelligence. That's the only thing that I have to keep coming back and reconditioning. Because market conditions and the market environment continuously change every single day. Does that make sense, guys? And with you guys, I spit the honest truth to you guys. I would never steer you guys in the wrong direction. I would never lie to you guys. Never. And I think that's why you guys keep coming back, because you guys see how sincere and honest I am when I talk to you guys. You have to put in that work. There's no way around it. Even if it's an hour every day, you can only put in, or even a half hour, it still adds up. It adds up. It's the 10,000 hour rule. Any of you guys know what the 10,000 hour rule is? What's the 10,000 hour rule? 10,000 hours to greatness. Citing the work popularized the 10,000 hour rule, which states that it takes 10,000 hours of practice to become an expert in a given field. Right there. 10,000 hours is the magic number of greatness. So you have to put 10,000 hours into something to get good at it. But with the stock market is always changing, evolving. Computers are getting faster and smarter. Technology moves so fast. When they come out with new computers, they already have computer parts that blow the computer parts in that new computer out of the water. You know what I'm saying? Technology moves so fast. Everything gets smaller and smaller and smaller. When you look back at it, I mean, look at all of the CD players in the past, in the, what was it, the iPads and um, the music things that came out where it was just digital. At first, it was big, but then every year they came out with it, it got smaller and more compact. Technology moves so fast, all these algorithms are getting smarter, faster. So you have to evolve with the markets. Understand where I'm coming from with this, and you guys understanding? You can get really, really good at this, but with the stock market, it's hard to master because it's always changing and evolving. But you can get good at this. You can. And you have to stay on top of your game once you're there. Let's do a breakdown real quick. So, let me see here. I need my calculator. There we go. All right, so the stock market is open from 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern time. That's 6.5 hours a day. So 6.5 hours a day the stock market's open. There's 5 days in the week the stock market's open. We times that by 5, that's 32.5 hours a week the stock market's open. We times that by 4, there's 4 weeks in a month, right? That's 130 hours a month the stock market's open. There's 12 months in a year, right? So now we times that by 12. That's 1,560 hours the stock market is open every single year. So even if you were to show up every single day from open to close and put that screen time in, it'd take you about, 7, 8 years to get to that 10,000 hour mark. Makes a lot more sense when you break it down like that, doesn't it? So for myself, and I'm not even including or counting the holidays, the markets are closed. I'm just keeping it basic average for you guys. So let's say myself, I've been doing this for 6 years. On average, I put in, I would say, 4 hours every day in the stock market getting in screen time. So 4 times 5, that's 20 hours a week of screen time that I'm getting in myself every week. Times that by 4, so 80 hours a month I'm putting in screen time in the stock market. Times that by 12 months, I'm putting in 960 hours a year just showing up and trading every day. I've been doing this for 6 years, so we times that by 6. That's 5,760 hours that I've put in screen time in the stock market. I'm just over halfway to the 10,000 hour rule. And I'm already this good. Just goes to show you how much more I can grow and learn. And I'm already just halfway there. So I hope that this little breakdown really showed a lot for you guys. Compared to somebody, let's see, like somebody's only able to put in maybe an hour a day. They can only show up at 9:30 to 10:30. That's it. And that's all they put in. 1 hour a day times 5, that's 5 days a week. They put 5 hours in a week. Times that by 4. They put in 20 hours a month. Times that by 12. They're only putting in 240 hours a year. That ain't shit. That ain't nothing compared to what the numbers I was just putting up. I'm outperforming them times 4. So the more time you study, you grind, you show up, you dedicate time to this, the more you will learn, the more you'll pick up on it. You'll just blow everybody out of the water. So does that make sense for a lot of you guys? And that's not even including all of the hours that we put in studying outside of the market. Us doing these Sunday stock talks for a couple hours. Over the weekend, Saturday, blowing through charts, reading books and watching YouTube videos on stock trading every night. We're not even counting all of those hours. So it's a lot that goes into it, guys. And that's a big thing. Even if you wanted, think about that. If you wanted to just sit from open to close in the stock market to get screen time under your belt, it would take you about 8 to 7 years of doing that nonstop, showing up every day to reach that 10,000 hour mark. That's crazy. That's insane. I think I seen CCXI pop up one time. Yeah, I remember this thing. We had CCXI on watch as well last week for that $15 break. Friday it finally did that and it ran all the way up to 17. That was a good run. It's got a big gap to fill on that chart. Well, there's a long wick right here. So there's not really a gap to fill because there's of this wick. Yeah, we can add CCXI. See how it performs. What else did you say? ISEE? Oh yeah. Okay. The float is a bit high on it. Wow, that's got a huge gap to fill. All the way up to about $30. Huh. I'll put a alert on this. If it breaks up over 1025. It could get up and going and start to take off. we'll see how it plays out, but what scares me about it is this daily chart. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 straight green days. That's a lot. Snap. I had the comments scrolled all the way up. I didn't see you guys. I've never been a fan of tick charts. I just like candlestick charts. There's something I want to show you guys. And I took a screenshot of it. Let me pull it up. Should be like Thinkorswim right here. So this person in our chat posted this chart on Thinkorswim. And it's BSQR. The date is 7-6. So let me pull up BSQR. And then we'll zoom in on the 6th, which was this day here. He had it zoomed in. Oh, what time was that? About noonish? Okay. So with him having BSQR and this chart up, and I'm not picking on this person, I'm only giving my point of view on this topic. So we got 1, 2, 3 indicators up, distracting us from the big picture, price action, and what's going on with the charts. We've got our Thinkorswim chart so squeezed and compressed together, you can't even make out what's going on with the candlesticks. It just doesn't, it's not giving me anything. And that's what's a big turnoff for me with Thinkorswim. They don't give you true definition of the candlestick. Like paying attention to the details. I teach and preach it to you guys all the time. And what I think shines with Street Smart Edge, their candlesticks are just so crisp and clean. And you can really make out, like, look at this. You can see all the death candles on this. Clear as day. Like, ooh, I'm staying away from this stock. It's got a lot of nasty death candle drops on it. You know? And it's clearly, let me get my thing here, trending to the upside. Like that. See how much more focused and better this chart looks? Now, when I bring this back up over compared to this, like, I can't even make that out. I don't even know what's going on. You guys know where I'm coming from with this? It's like every single candle on this is the same. Every single one. And I'm not getting any detail on the wicks, on the upside, the downside, the full body of the candlestick. That's what turns me off with Thinkorswim. Their charts are just straight garbage. They really are. That's why I trade with Thinkorswim, but I do not use them for charting. I hate their charts. And when I go back over to BSQR here, and this is the same day, You see how much more definition you get out of these candlesticks? How clearer the picture looks? I mean, that's why I love using Street Smart Edge. And if they ever shut this platform down, I don't know where I'm going to go. I'm going to have to be searching high and low for a new charting platform because I'm the type of trader I like to pay attention to the little small details on candlesticks. Candlesticks tell you guys a lot, and a lot of people overlook the simplicity of these candlesticks. They really do. All the answers lie within the candlesticks. They do. Right there. I guess you could turn it into a tick chart, but I've never used the tick thing on here. I guess it'll only work when the market's open, when it's ticking real time. It's kind of like Bookmap, what Bookmap does. I don't get into that tick stuff though. Like I said, you can get too micro time framed into it and look over the big picture. I'm not trying to do an x-ray and see even deeper what's going on inside of this 1 minute candle. I'm gonna overlook the big picture and I'm gonna miss out on a shitload of money. You know what I'm saying? That's for like scalping, and I honestly think traders that are trading in and out like within seconds, they're new. They don't have a full understanding of how stocks like to move up and down. And they're just going to fight with algos and market makers trying to scalp, buying in and out pennies at a time. You're just going to beat yourself up. It's the honest truth. Pay attention to the big picture. What's going on? That's when things become a lot more easier, I'd say. Yeah, Thinkorswim has Bookmap. You just have to ask for the permissions to use it, and it costs per month to use Bookmap. I use Street Smart Edge charting and I trade with Schwab. Why do you not use Schwab as your broker, if you don't mind me asking? Milk Cash with Charles Schwab, you could day trade with them, but they're more of like large cap only type of stocks. I've made countless videos on this topic. So many people don't believe me on this topic and they go through it the hard way and learn about it. I trade small cap stocks under $20 with Schwab. They're not friendly with given margin on small cap stocks. As a day trader and being over PDT, I like to buy and sell as much as I want, anytime I want. So SQBG having that run here like this on Friday, if I have a $30,000, $50,000 account, I want to be able to buy and sell 1,000 shares anytime I want, as many times as I want. So if I wanted to trade it 20, 30 times, with Thinkorswim, I can do that. But with Charles Schwab, they are only going to give you enough margin for your funds to settle, and they'll cut you off, and they'll have all these red flags falling off, and they'll be calling your phone and sending you emails, and they'll restrict your account. They have a list as well. They have a margins list. So if you wanted to trade a stock like SQBG, you got to go on the margin list and see if it's on that list. And if it is, there's only a certain percent they'll give you of margin on a stock like this. As a trader, I'm trying to get in, get out, get in, get out. I ain't got time to be going and looking at a list, seeing how much percentage margin's on it, if it's even on the list. It's just too much of a hassle. I've tried countless times trying to day trade with Charles Schwab. And like I said, I trade stocks that they're garbage stocks. BLIN, $6 a share. They're just going to give you such a hard time trading these types of stocks. They are. Now, there's people out there that say, well, I have a account at 50,000 or 100,000 and I never have any problems. Everybody trades differently. Maybe you only trade one time a day. I could be out here, I could place anywhere from 10 trades to 20 trades to 50 trades in a day if I wanted. Do I like trading that much? No. But Charles Schwab, they're garbage for day trading small cap stocks. They really are. I've had so many people come into the Discord and be like, you know what, Mr. Wolf, you was right. I got fucked over by Charles Schwab and now my account's locked up for 90 days. And I'm like, I told you, nobody likes to wanna list. Charles Schwab is not day trading friendly for small cap stocks because they know majority of people lose money. So why are they gonna loan money out on garbage small cap stocks like this? And people are gonna blow up their accounts while the funds settle. Does it make sense? That's right. They have so many stupid margin requirements. It's just not worth it. It's not. That's why I don't trade with Schwab. Like I've said, I've tried twice trading with these guys and it's stupid. And look at, I don't even have any money in this account. I just use it for trading or using my charting. There's still to this day, it says that I owe them $25,000 when I don't have anything in this account. Still to this day. It's all because they have it as well. Well, sir, you got to transfer your account and open a checking account with us, and it'll help your money settle faster. I'm like, well, all right, let's do that. Doesn't make any difference at all. So this money due, $25,000, it's been up on my stuff for forever. They do stuff so stupidly, I swear. But if you go with Thinkorswim, like I said, I can buy and sell 1,000 times if I've wanted in the same day and never had any problems with margin requirements, waiting for funds to settle, running out of buying power. They just let you keep going. Doesn't matter how low or garbage the stock is. BLIN. um LMFA, low cap garbage stocks like this. I mean, I've never had any problems with Thinkorswim trading small cap garbage stocks. Whoa, look at this thing. SGOC from $2.50 running up to $18.50. Now that's insane. Wow. This thing could sure enough keep going. Most definitely run back up, blow over that 20. Yeah, it's at all-time highs pretty much. Let's add SGOC to the list as well. TPST. This was another big runner. Look at all these insane big runners. They're just getting momentum and just exploding to the upside. I'm actually going to put names. Names worth adding to the list to watch. SGOC, TPST. Wow, even this one. LHDX. GALT, that's garbage. Wow, this thing's been trending down forever. This thing could have a good bounce on it, maybe. Yep, that's right, Calvin. Schwab bought TD Ameritrade like a year and a half ago, but they're not gonna fully merge for another 2 to 3 years. So they're just gonna operate separately until they merge. It takes a long time for companies to merge together. And what is it? Robinhood just keeps coming out with new features that are just awesome. I just seen Robinhood come out with a new feature. You can actually buy in on IPOs now before they even go public in the market. Ain't that crazy? Robinhood, they just keep growing and growing and growing. I wouldn't be surprised 10 years down the road, Robinhood's like one of the top brokers like that everybody uses. I swear. Do not underestimate Robinhood. And they also just had a settlement with all the people who lost money on GameStop when they ceased trading. How much was that? Was it like $3 billion or something? I think that they had to pay back to investors who lost money. Let's see. Yep, they also settled that one too. We're still waiting for them to go public. Robinhood to fetch 30 billion valuation amid 70 million record fine. This was July 7th. So this was last Wednesday. When is their IPO supposed to be dropping? Trading app Robinhood Markets is bound to break the 20 billion valuation mark, up to 30 billion. The IPO filing reveals the company is still attracting user accounts at a brisk pace. At the end of March, Robinhood reported 18 million funded accounts, a 44% increase from December 2020. So look at that right there, guys. That's just telling you how much money is coming into this market still. There's a lot of stupid money out here. That's what I'm preaching to you guys. We're seeing all of these stocks just go on stupid runs because all these Robinhood and Webull traders, they chase after anything that moves. Based on Schwab's monthly daily average trades disclosures, retail trading activity appears to have settled down somewhat from the meme stock rally in late January, early February. The Robinhood continues to have tremendous growth potential. Telling you guys, Robinhood in the 10 years from now, they may be the number one broker that everybody uses. They just keep coming out with new features. They're not afraid to try new things. I mean, they even have Bitcoin trading. That's a big flashy attraction, especially for younger kids. And their color scheme. Don't forget Robinhood's color scheme. That's it. They have some beautiful colors in their app. And it's all soothing to the eye. Versus what? Webull? What's their color? White and blue? Oh man, did you guys see that McGregor broke his ankle? That had to have sucked. Dude steps back, twist his ankle and broke it, and fell down. They had to call the fight. That's some bull. Imagine paying for that and you waited to the final finale moment and the dude breaks his ankle. MTSL? It's a bit overextended already. I mean, it's got a history of running, but look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 straight green days. Who knows? We'll see when the markets open on Monday. What I try to really do, like, I never try to predict what's gonna be the stock on Monday because anything could happen Monday. I could make up the perfect plan for all of these stocks that are on our weekly watch list. And then Monday, something out of the blue just pops up out of nowhere, steals the show, and is the number one stock for the day, while everything else on my list crumbled and fell apart. So that's why every Sunday we just we don't call out levels, put support, resistance. We just throw these stocks on our watch list to see how they perform and set up Monday. Because, like I said, something totally new out of the blue could pop up Monday, steal the show, and run from $5 to $100, and then that be the stock for the whole week. Meme stocks have been on fire for the last 7 months, 8 months. Where's that right here? I gotta find it. Real time sentiment. Looks like a lot of people talking about Snapchat and SPCE. There's a ticker sentiment. Number one right now is SPCE. Almost 200 people are bullish, 84 are bearish, and I guess I don't know what that blue is. I think that's the average or comment volume. I'm sorry. Comment volume's at 52%, followed by IS. So here's SPCE. My guess, with that launch going very well today, I seen Hawk Driver comment they had a good what's the word I'm looking for? Takeoff, whatever, launch today. SPCE will most likely probably gap up Monday. IS, not sure on this name. Iron Source, it's a new IPO. Huh. Oh, you mean the McGregor memes? Yeah. Let me see. I don't see any McGregor memes trending in here. What is it? MCRREGOR. I don't have any yet. Never cared too much for that dude. I don't get into fighting or none of that. Well, alright, guys. That's going to wrap it up for the weekly scan. I posted the weekly watch list in the Monday chat. I'm going to go ahead and get off here. I got to run to the store. And then don't forget, guys, if you guys want to catch me on Twitch, I'll be on there hanging out. Come on in. We'll hang out, ask questions, talk stocks. I'm going to be starting that up tonight, playing with the Wolfenstein series. So if you guys are interested in that, I posted the link in the chat. I'd have to relog back in. You guys go in the video description. There should be a link tree that will take you right to all of my social media links. Go give me a follow. Enjoy the rest of your guys' night, your evening. It's going on 6 p.m. here. And I'll see you guys in the Money Monday chat. Get well rested, reset that mind. Get prepared for the upcoming week because I think we're in store for another wild week. Nano Float Mania. Let's get it. All right, guys. As I always say,